start tonight with the tens of thousands of kids getting a 4-day weekend because of COVID. Look at that list. These are the local schools that are either closed tomorrow or going remote. The list growing every few hours. And with that, we say good evening. Not on that list, schools in Fort Thomas.
Kids will be in class tomorrow, but they will have to wear masks. This comes just a week after the school made them optional, despite cases soaring. Cassie Arsenault went back to the superintendent to ask why that decision wasn't made in the first place.
District leadership was confident that making masks optional was the best decision for their students and staff. But an employee absent rate 2.5 times normal is forcing their hand in following the numbers.
Just 9 short days ago, Fort Thomas Independent School District made a decision during surging COVID cases.
Parents should have a part of making that decision of what's in the best interest of their children.
139 active COVID cases later, they've changed their tune.
The district was pretty steadfast in having optional masking, and in such a short time, you have now gone to mandatory masking. Why?
The really alarming thing that we saw was the impact that it's had on our staff.
And the numbers were high in the community last time we talked. Were you just hoping that your teachers were going to kind of skirt the virus?
I mean, we were pretty realistic that it was that we would see some infection. Our number one priority is always making sure that students have high quality in-person instruction.
But if they wanted to prevent NTI, they never should have repealed universal masking.
Toby Varland is for mandatory masks, yet still very disappointed in the school policy because masks are still not required for extracurriculars and sports.
The district is still not respecting public health guidance, and they're still not making data-driven or science-based decisions.
It's prudent, it's reasonable, and it is the right thing to do. So the CDC said it best today. They're way more effective than no mask.
Superintendent Robinson says they will be paying attention to the COVID numbers and won't repeal the mandatory masks until it's apparent the peak is over. The priority is to keep kids in school, and that's what people who are against mandatory masks can even get on board with.
I know our school board wants to keep our schools open and in-person learning, and I respect the decision.
Eventually, the district does want to give parents the choice, but as of right now, that mandate has no end date. In Fort Thomas, I'm Cassie Arsenault, Local 12 News.
Superintendent Robinson says while they do not enforce mandatory masking for extracurriculars, it is encouraged and also expected.